All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So we have some breaking NFL news that just came out like 2 minutes ago here. It's looking like right tackle Morgan Moses, ex-New York Jet, is going to Baltimore. 3-year contract worth $15 million. I got to say, from Baltimore's perspective, I mean, this is a slam dunk. Morgan Moses, of course, he's not the best tackle in the world. He's not the best, top 5 right tackle in football. But he is not bad. He is not bad in the slightest. I definitely view him as a starter for that Baltimore Ravens team. And you're also addressing a big need here. I mean, there was talk about maybe the Ravens going tackle in the first round. But Morgan Moses, man, he comes in, instantly fills that need, day one starter. And I'm excited to see what Moses can bring to the table, right? Bring to that Ravens organization. He's a guy that I've always liked, right? I mean, even before his time with the Jets, like back in Washington, I've always been a big fan of Moses in his game. Just an opposing guy, really likes to just humiliate defenders, my type of player. But look, now the New York Jets have to pivot here because although there was some speculation that Morgan Moses was probably going to be playing on another team next season, now it's set in stone. Well, I guess not 100% set in stone because we're still in like the legal tampering period, but you know what I mean. If Morgan Moses signs that deal with the Ravens, the Jets have got to pivot and figure out what they're doing at right tackle. We've done a great job fixing the interior of the offensive line, AVT, McGovern at center. Still a little sorry about that. Ended up getting a call from a buddy pretty much asking me the same thing, right? Oh, did you see Morgan Moses going to Baltimore and what I think the Jets should do at right tackle? But pretty much what I was saying was that the interior is looking like a sound unit, especially after the acquisition of Laken Tomlinson from San Francisco. I mean, this is like, I'm cool with this, right? McGovern, Tomlinson, AVT, I feel good about the interior moving forward. Tackle. George Fant's going to be playing. Whether that's on the left side or the right side, I don't know. I think, honestly, I know it might sound a little crazy. I wouldn't be opposed to just letting him work at left tackle next season, just letting him go. I mean, he was great last season in multiple areas, and I've said it numerous times here on this channel. He's my favorite player offensively. Hard worker, underrated, handles his business, does his job, and I feel like he just doesn't get talked about enough, right, by the mainstream media. So George Fant, he's good for one of those tackle spots. And then you have the whole Mekhi Becton situation, which unfortunately is still pretty foggy. It's just unclear at this point. We just don't know the size concerns, the injuries and everything like that. I'm hoping he comes back and he starts dominating. He picks up right where he left off his rookie season, but there is somewhat of a question mark there. So Fant, Becton, the team did bring back Connor McDermott, but I really don't view him as a day one starter for this Jets team. So now we turn our attention to the NFL draft. Okay, pick 4, pick 10. Could we land a starter there? And the answer is absolutely. Okay, whether it's an Evan Neal from Alabama, a guy who's played on the left side and the right side, Charles Cross from Mississippi State, one of my personal favorite prospects in this class, a guy who's dominated the SEC, great in pass protection. I feel like he could step in immediately at left tackle and be a solid system fit. And then, of course, Ike Mekwonu. And he's kind of, I feel like, the hot name that's being mocked to the Jets all the time at spot number 4. And, with some of the moves that Jacksonville has made over the past couple of days with franchise tagging Cam Robinson, signing Brandon Scherff, they're making moves on the offensive line. It doesn't completely discount them, right, or alleviate the possibility of them actually drafting an offensive lineman first overall. That could definitely still happen. And even at the 3rd overall spot with the Houston Texans, they news broke today that they're going to be keeping Laramie Tunsil. So, I'm looking at, how the draft could potentially fall. I definitely feel like at least one of these guys are going to be here. Okay, I'm not buying Detroit selecting an offensive lineman at all. There's no need. They're perfectly fine on the offensive line. So it really comes down to Jacksonville at 1 and Houston at 3. And, again, both teams are making moves on the offensive line to really upgrade that thing. So, man, it's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out, how it all unfolds. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. This is what I'll kind of, I guess, just leave the video on. We have to figure it out. We can't be starting next season with a hole at right tackle after, addressing safety, addressing tight end, Zach Wilson going into year 2. We know the offensive structure, what Mike LaFleur wants to accomplish offensively. We don't want to have a vacancy there. We don't. Okay, so whether it's a new draft pick coming in first round, maybe a second round guy, whether it's Mekhi Becton, maybe it's George Fant at right tackle, and Mekhi Becton starts dominating left tackle, whatever the case may be, I think we got to figure out right tackle. And really, I mean, it's imperative for offensive success moving forward. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. And as always, sorry, I'm getting a ton of notifications here. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, go Jets.